Devghar Mahal is a stunning palace steeped in history, as well as being home to the 17th generation of the royal Singh family. Nowadays, it's also a hotel. I've been honored to be invited to the palace to share in their family and food heritage and sample one of their most ancient recipes. Devghar Palace is a wonderland for all the senses, and the aroma and flavor of the jungli mas has left me wanting more. Bring on the chicken. The royal family are proud to keep ancient recipes alive, and I've come to their mountain home with palace manager Ashish Bhatia and chef Harilal to experience an old hunting dish, khad murg, which is chicken wrapped in bread. The range of spices chef uses makes it a more elaborate dish, but the cooking method is truly authentic, just as it was done on a picnic after a hunt. On hunts, the game meat would have been very tough. A marinade was used as a great way to tenderize the meat. This is still done today, and for this particular chicken dish, Harilal uses two marinades. The first is made from lemon juice, ginger and garlic paste, and chili powder. These flavors have been infusing for 3 hours, and it's now ready for the second marinade, which is yogurt based.
You first take hunkered.
Now, when you say hunkered, what do you mean by hunkered? You think you hang it?
You hang it in a muslin cup.
And for how long do you hang it for?
You hang it for three hours.
Harilal is adding 11 different spices to the curd, including cinnamon, cloves, mace, rose petal and green cardamom. All the spices will complement each other, infuse the meat and create an intoxicating flavor. It's almost like seeing India on a plate with all these spices. It's extraordinary. Chef then thoroughly stuffs the chicken with spiced lamb mince and wraps it in roti, which is Indian flatbread made from wheat. Finally, it's covered in tinfoil. It's now ready to be cooked the ancient way. A hole is dug in the ground and filled with smouldering cow dung. This natural and organic method adds its own distinct earthy and smoky flavor. But this is such an ancient tradition, and it's been going on for how long?
It's going on for centuries. Because in Rajasthan there was always a tradition of hunting.
Mm-hmm. And also there's this pipe which you've put into the chicken. You've just sort of prodded it. It's like, and what's that doing? What's the reason for that?
When the chicken is cooking, we keep continuing the process by putting in clarified butter.
So that keeps it lovely succulent and moist. And yum. I've heard so much about this, but I've actually never witnessed this, and so this is so wonderful for me, seeing that these old traditions are still maintained. I'm very keen to try this chicken and see how all the spices come together, but I've still got to wait another 45 minutes for it to cook in the ground. Do you know what? I'm so excited. All those flavors and those spices and the marinade is just... It has to be good. It cannot not be good.
It will be good. It will be good.
Is this a favorite dish of the royals?
It is. It actually is. They love having this.
Gosh, do you know what? I'm so excited. Bring on that chicken now. I really want to eat it. Seriously. Look how tender that is. It's literally falling off the bone. And this casing, the bread's become a casing. It's almost like if you had put it in a terracotta pot or something. It just has that shape. That is absolutely divine. You can taste everything. It's just like a symphony of spices, and then that garlic and ginger and chilies are just coming through. It's filtering through into my palate. And then you've got that chili kick. It's so complex and so intense. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a taste sensation. Wow, what a recipe. A real taste of the past. The royal family, their cuisine and palace itself are filled with so much history, and there's one room in particular at Devghar Mahal which I'm especially looking forward to seeing. This is the dazzling Sheesh Mahal, or mirrored palace. The blaze of multicolored light from the stained glass windows is bounced from mirrored wall to mirrored wall with such exuberance. It's actually a gentleman's room where they came together to smoke and relax. I can just picture generations of the Maharajas sitting here. Just look at this. It's a 350-year-old giant jewelry box. I feel like the jewel in the crown. And these wonderful colors are filling me with such food inspiration. I couldn't get over the colors, the green, the orange, the reds and the purples. And I thought, you know what? It's not just about fragrance. It's also about where you are and reflecting that in the food you do. There are a few stages to this recipe, but trust me, it really is worth the effort. First, you need to make a wonderful fragrant syrup. To a pan, add half a pint of water, 2 large carrots which have been julienned, 200 grams of sugar, 1 inch of grated ginger, and the zest of 3 oranges which have been peeled, julienned, and blanched. Bring this to the boil and allow to cook for 8 to 10 minutes. We're going to now add some clarified butter into another pan. About 1 to 2 tablespoons of ghee will be fine. Then add 4 tablespoons of washed and drained barberries. These small currants have a tart, tangy flavor. 4 tablespoons of dried cherries and 4 tablespoons of raisins. Quickly saute them. You don't want to overcook the berries, otherwise they will discolor. And then mix the onions, fried onions. You got the sweetness of the onions, you got the mixture of the berries, and then you decant it back into the bowl. And that's the mixture for the rice. Now, to get the perfect rice, you need to wash the rice in several changes of water to remove maximum starch. Then all you do is soak it for half an hour in water to allow the rice to expand with a bit of salt. And then you drain it and then toss it into boiling water for a couple of minutes and then drain, pouring some cold water over it to stop the cooking process. You can see that the orange and carrot mixture is cooked. You can see how wonderful and glistening the carrots with the orange peel look. It looks amazing. And the ginger will just give it a lift because it gives carrot and ginger lends itself beautifully. Now in the meantime, I want to talk about the spice mixture. 2 tablespoons of ground cardamom, 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, a tablespoon of ground fennel, and 2 tablespoons of dried rose petal. Rose petals are widely used throughout Indian cuisine in sweet and savory dishes. It adds a wonderful aroma that can be quite bitter to the taste, so it's best to use them in small quantities. And of course, it's also used by Indians as a way of greeting. So you just mix this all up together to create your spice mix. This mixture of spices are aromatic spices. They're very fragrant. They are not spicy. Just need about a couple of tablespoons of this mixture. The other ingredients you need are 240 milliliters of chicken stock with the juice of 1 orange added and saffron infused milk. Now all your ingredients are ready to be layered into the beautiful jeweled rice creation. Put 2 tablespoons of ghee on the base of your saucepan. Then add a layer of rice, a teaspoon of the saffron milk, a layer of both the jeweled berries and carrot and orange syrup mixture, and lastly, sprinkle a pinch of your rose petal spice combination. That does smell amazing. Now you simply repeat the process. And then finally, your mixture of stock, cover, and in the oven it goes. Make sure the pot goes in on a preheated oven at 200 degrees for 10 minutes because you want to build up the steam, and then reduce it down to 180 and allow it to stay in the oven for about 20-25 minutes. I've died and gone to heaven. Gosh, this really does bring back memories of that jeweled room. It's extraordinary. Oh, now to dish it out. Now this rice will go fantastically with the leg of lamb. Garnish that with some more of the berries, some pistachio nuts. They remind me of the emeralds, and some rose petal. Doesn't that look absolutely sensational? It's jewel-like. jeweled rice and spiced leg of lamb really is a match made in heaven. And to complete the meal, my sensational